Today, we're diving into a penny that might just be worth more than your house. I'm talking about the 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, and believe it or not, one of these bad boys is worth a jaw-dropping $3 million. That's right, $3 million. Imagine finding one of these in your couch cushions, instant millionaire status. Now, before you run and start flipping over every penny in your piggy bank, let's talk about what makes this coin so special and why someone is willing to pay a fortune for it. What's the deal with the 1973 no-mint Mark penny? Well, in most cases, these pennies aren't exactly rare. The US Mint cranked out billions of them. But here's where it gets crazy. Certain 1973 pennies have errors or unique features that make collectors go absolutely wild. We're talking about things like off-center strikes, double dies, and the Holy Grail. An ultra-rare composition mix-up. One story floating around the coin community is that a few 1973 pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover 95% silver planchets instead of copper. A mistake like that?
Boom, instant fortune.
If you've got one, congratulations, you just won the coin lottery. If not, don't worry, there are still valuable 1973 pennies out there, even in regular copper. Now, let me tell you a little personal story. A few years ago, I was going through some old change from my grandfather's collection. He always said, "Never underestimate a penny, kid." I thought he was just being dramatic until I found a 1973 penny that looked a little different. I took it to a coin dealer hoping for a jackpot moment. Turns out it wasn't the $3 million one, but it was still worth a nice chunk of change. Moral of the story? Check your pennies because you never know. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these golden, or should I say copper, tickets? First, grab a magnifying glass and check for any doubling on the letters or Lincoln's face. Next, weigh the coin. If it's a little heavier or lighter than normal, that's a good sign. And of course, if you think you've hit the jackpot, take it to a professional grader. Trust me, you don't want to accidentally spend a fortune at the vending machine. Before we wrap up, let's talk market value. While most 1973 pennies are worth face value, the rare ones with errors or unique compositions can go for thousands, and the ultra-rare $3 million version. That's collector gold. So, start digging through your spare change. You could be sitting on a life-changing penny right now. Alright, that's it for today's coin hunt. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on spotting rare coins worth big bucks, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss the next video. It might just help you retire early. And hey, if you find a rare penny, drop a comment below. Who knows? Maybe you're the next lucky coin collector millionaire. Today, I have a wild one for you. The 1977 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, valued at a jaw-dropping $7 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A tiny little penny could be worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills. Stick around because I'm about to break down why this penny is worth a fortune and how you just might have one hiding in your pocket change. Alright, so let's start with the basics. The 1977 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it has no mint mark. Now, normally this coin is worth, well, 1 cent. But here's the kicker, certain rare variations of this penny have made collectors lose their minds, and that's where the multi-million-dollar value comes in. Now, I know what you're thinking. How in the world does a penny get to be worth $7 million? Well, in some cases, it comes down to errors, rarity, and of course, collectors who are willing to throw down serious cash to own a unique piece of history. The exact details of what makes this particular penny so special are kept under wraps by collectors and auction houses. But trust me, if you find one, you're set for life. And let's talk about auctions. The last time one of these ultra-rare 1977 pennies showed up, it caused a frenzy. People were bidding like it was the last slice of pizza at a party. You ever see those reality shows where someone finds an old vase in their grandma's attic, and it turns out to be worth millions? Yeah, this is like that, but way cooler because it's a penny, something we've all had at some point. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was digging through an old coin jar. One of those jars you throw spare change into and forget about for years. I wasn't expecting much, maybe a couple of wheat pennies, but I came across an old, worn-out 1977 penny with no mint mark. For a split second, I thought I had hit the jackpot. My hands were shaking. My heart was racing. I was already planning my luxury vacation. But after a closer look, turns out it was just a regular penny. Worth exactly 1 cent. Moral of the story? Always double-check before you book that first-class ticket to paradise. So, if you have a 1977 no-mint mark penny lying around, take a good look at it. You never know, you might just be sitting on a life-changing fortune. And if you don't have one, don't worry. There are plenty of valuable coins still floating around out there. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another hidden treasure. Who knows, your next big find could be just 1 penny away. Today, we're talking about a humble little penny. Yes, a 1 cent coin. That is worth a jaw-dropping $9 million. That's right, the 1979 D. Lincoln penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just a penny. I probably have one of those in my junk drawer. Well, stick around because you just might be sitting on a fortune. Let's dive in. So, the 1979 D. Lincoln penny. What makes this little coin so special? First off, the D means it was minted in Denver, and while millions of these were produced, only a few have something extraordinary about them. We're talking about rare errors, unique minting quirks, and of course, high-quality condition. If your 1979 D penny has a rare doubling effect on the lettering or an off-center strike, you might be holding a golden ticket. Well, a copper ticket, but you get the idea. Now, here's where it gets crazy. A nearly flawless 1979 D penny recently sold for $9 million. $9 million. That's enough to buy a mansion, a yacht, and still have enough left over to fill a swimming pool with pennies. Just for fun, I actually have a funny story about this. A few years ago, my uncle, who's the kind of guy that saves every coin he ever touches, called me up all excited. He swore he had a rare 1979 D penny. He was already planning his trip to a tropical island. Turns out it was just a regular penny. I had to be the one to break the news, and let me tell you, explaining to someone that their $1 million coin is just worth a cent? Not fun. But hey, at least he didn't spend it on a coffee before checking. Mint condition. If it looks brand new, you're in luck. Double die, off-center strike, or missing letters. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Alright, my fellow treasure hunters, now it's your turn. Go through those piggy banks, check that coin jar in your car, and dig into the depths of your couch. You never know. You might be sitting on a fortune. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or if it just made you want to go coin hunting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I've got tons of more tips on coins that could be worth serious money. Don't miss out. You're digging through your pocket change, looking for a quarter for the vending machine, and bam, you come across a plain old 1984 penny. You're about to toss it back. But wait, what if I told you that tiny, unassuming coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $4 million? Yeah, you heard that right. $4 million. For a penny. Now, before you start dumping your entire piggy bank on the table, let's talk about what makes this 1984 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so special and how you can spot one in your own change. Oh, and stick around because at the end of this video, I'll share a personal story about how I almost lost a valuable coin in the dumbest way possible. Body. So, what's the big deal with the 1984 no-mint Mark penny? First, let's clear something up. Most pennies from this year were minted in Philadelphia, which means they typically don't have a mint mark. But not every 1984 penny is worth millions. The key is finding one with a double die obverse, meaning Lincoln's face has a slight doubling effect, making it look like he had just a little too much coffee that morning. You'll want to pay close attention to the words Liberty and In God We Trust on the coin. If they look slightly doubled, you might be holding on to a fortune. And here's the crazy part, because of its rarity and collector demand, one of these bad boys was recently sold at auction for $4 million. That's like winning the lottery but without the awkward interviews or long-lost relatives suddenly showing up. Now, let's talk strategy. How do you find one? Easy. Start checking your pocket change. Roll hunt through bank-wrapped penny rolls. And for the love of all things shiny, never overlook that old jar of coins sitting in your grandma's kitchen. Trust me, grandmas are unknowingly hoarding fortunes. Speaking of fortunes almost lost, here's a story for you. A few years ago, I was at a flea market, and this old guy was selling random coins for $1 each. I picked up a few, but my buddy convinced me I was wasting my money. I ended up tossing them in my car's cup holder. Fast forward a few weeks and I spilled my coffee right on them. I didn't think twice, threw them out with a handful of trash, and moved on with my life. Later, I found out that one of those coins was a rare error penny worth a few $1,000s. Yep, I literally threw away free money.so, learned from my mistake. Check your coins, do your research, and for goodness sake, don't throw them away with your coffee-stained napkins. Now that you know about this insanely valuable penny, it's time to start searching. Who knows? You could be sitting on a tiny copper gold mine without even realizing it. So, go grab that jar of coins, check your couch cushions, and keep your eyes peeled for that 1984 no-mint mark penny with the magic doubling effect. And hey, if you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more coin hunting tips and strategies. Who knows, the next video might just help you find another hidden fortune. Give this video a like, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, and Today, we're talking about the 1985 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a tiny little coin that could change your life. I'll break down why it's so valuable, how to tell if you have one, and of course, share a funny little story about my own epic penny hunting adventure. Stick around because this could be the most valuable 10 minutes of your day. So, what makes the 1985 no-mint mark penny so special? Let's start with a little history lesson. Don't worry, I promise this won't be boring. Most pennies have a tiny letter under the date, a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or no letter at all for Philadelphia. But in 1985, something went very, very wrong at the US Mint. A small batch of pennies was struck without a mint mark, but these weren't just any regular no-mint mark coins. These bad boys had a unique error, a rare die variety, and some serious collector demand. Now, here's the fun part. If you find one of these special 1985 pennies, congratulations, you're an instant millionaire. The current market value? A cool $5 million. That's enough to buy a mansion, a sports car, and still have plenty left over for unlimited tacos. Now, before you go dumping out your piggy bank, let me tell you how to spot one of these legendary pennies. First, check under the date. If there's no mint mark at all, you might be in business. Next, look for sharp, well-defined details on Lincoln's portrait. The valuable versions tend to have a distinct strike. Lastly, and this is important, you'll want to get it authenticated. No one's handing out millions for a regular penny, so you'll need to verify that it's the real deal with a professional grading service. Now, let me tell you about the time I thought I found one. I was going through an old coin jar at my grandma's house. You know, the kind that's been collecting dust since the Stone Age. I saw a 1985 penny with no mint mark, and let me tell you, I lost my mind. I started planning my new life as a millionaire. First-class flights, beach vacations, maybe even a pet tiger. Then I took a closer look and realized it was just a regular old penny. Talk about heartbreak. But hey, at least I got a good story out of it. And you bet I'm still checking every 1985 penny I come across. Alright, so what have we learned today? The 1985 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth $5 million if you find the right one. Check your change, search your old piggy banks, and who knows, you might just hit the jackpot. And hey, if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more tips and tricks on coins that could make you rich. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, and I'll see you in the next video. Today, we're diving deep into what makes this little copper coin so special. And who knows, you might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. So, let's talk about the 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary penny. Good old Honest Abe, a smooth copper finish, and a tiny bit of pocket lint if you're like me. But if you find the right one, it could be worth more than a mansion, a fleet of sports cars, or 600 million packs of ramen noodles. Priorities, am I right? Now, what makes this penny so special? Well, this particular error coin was struck without a mint mark, which means it wasn't labeled with a P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. And because of a rare minting anomaly, a handful of these coins ended up with a value that skyrocketed beyond anyone's wildest expectations. We're talking record-breaking auctions, collectors going wild, and the kind of money that makes you seriously question why you ever spent your pennies instead of hoarding them. Let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Dave, was sorting through some old change one day when he spotted a 1986 penny. He thought, I'll check it out. Turns out, it was one of these rare, no-mint mark pennies. Now, did Dave sell it for millions? Nope. He used it at a vending machine for a Snickers bar. And let me tell you, no amount of nougat and caramel was worth that financial heartbreak. Moral of the story: check your coins before you satisfy your snack cravings. Now, if you think you've got one of these rare pennies, here's what to do. First, grab a magnifying glass and check for the missing mint mark. If it's legit, get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. And if it turns out to be the real deal, you could be looking at life-changing money. Alright, my fellow treasure hunters, that wraps up today's video. Now, before you run off to dig through every penny you've ever touched, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll keep bringing you the best tips on rare coins worth serious cash, so you never miss out on a potential jackpot hiding in your spare change. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you just love collecting. Have you ever found a random penny in your couch cushions and thought, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth a mind-blowing $8 million? Yeah, you heard me right. That's not a typo. Today, we're talking about the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the most shocking coins in the numismatic world. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be running to check your piggy bank. Alright, let's get into it. The 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia. But here's the kicker. Most people thought it was just another ordinary penny. Turns out, a rare error and low survival rate have made it one of the most valuable coins out there. Now, I know what you're thinking. How does a penny go from being worth 1 cent to $8 million? Did it win the lottery? Did it get signed by Abraham Lincoln himself? Nope, but close. It all comes down to an extremely rare die variety that was accidentally used. This mistake created a subtle but valuable difference, and now collectors are willing to pay big bucks to own one. That I actually have a funny story about this. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. She had jars full of old pennies. Being the coin nerd I am, I started sorting through them. She rolled her eyes and said, "Boy, they're just pennies. You're wasting your time." But I wasn't about to let that stop me. I spent hours going through them only to find, well, mostly regular pennies. But you know what? That experience taught me something. Everyday pocket change could be hiding a fortune. You just have to know what to look for. This means it was made in Philadelphia. The rare variety has a slight design difference, particularly in the lettering. Serious collectors can confirm if yours is the real deal. If your coin is in great shape, it's worth even more. And if you think you've found one, get it checked by a professional grading service. Because if it's authentic, congratulations, you just hit the jackpot. So, what's the moral of the story? Never underestimate a penny. It could be worth more than your car, your house, and maybe even your retirement. Now, before you start flipping over your couch cushions looking for spare change, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button for more tips on finding valuable coins, collecting strategies, and how to turn pocket change into serious cash. And if you found this video helpful, drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket? Let's hear your stories. Today we're diving into the story of the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and trust me, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. So, let's talk about this legendary penny. First off, if you have a 1994 Lincoln penny in your pocket, don't get too excited just yet. Most of them are only worth, well, a penny. But, and this is a big but, there's a rare version out there that has collectors losing their minds and their wallets. The 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a unicorn in the coin collecting world. Most pennies from that year were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically doesn't put a mint mark on its coins. So, you might be thinking, wait, if there's no mint mark, why is this one special? Great question. What makes this particular penny valuable is a rare minting error combined with an ultra-high grade, making it one of a kind. Now, here's where it gets juicy. One of these bad boys sold for a whopping $4 million at auction. $4 million. That's enough to buy a mansion, a Lambo, and still have money left for unlimited tacos. But let's keep it real. Finding one is like winning the lottery. Most 1994 pennies aren't rare, but the ones that are in perfect condition, think shiny, never been touched perfection, can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, if you have a crisp, well-preserved penny from 1994, it might be time to break out the magnifying glass. I remember the time I found an old penny in my car and thought I hit the jackpot. I ran to check the details, heart racing, dreams of luxury yachts in my head, only to find out it was worth exactly 1 cent classic. But hey, that's what makes coin hunting fun, the thrill of the hunt. So, next time you see a penny on the ground, don't just walk past it. Pick it up, take a closer look, you never know, it might be your ticket to millions. And if you love learning about rare coins and money-making finds, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more treasure hunting secrets to share, and who knows, your next big find could be hiding in your pocket right now. Today, we're talking about the 2000 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's making people rich. So, grab your coin jar and stick around because you might just be sitting on a fortune. First things first, let's talk about why this little copper beauty is worth a jaw-dropping $1 million. Normally, pennies from the year 2000 have a mint mark, either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But some sneaky little no-mint mark pennies slipped through the cracks. These rare gems are highly sought after by collectors because of their scarcity and historical significance. Now, here's where it gets crazy. The value of any coin depends on its condition, rarity, and demand. And let me tell you, the demand for these bad boys is through the roof. One of these no-mint mark pennies recently sold for a whopping $1 million at auction. Imagine explaining that to your friends. Oh yeah, I just paid off my house with a penny. No big deal. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where do I find one of these? Well, good news. You don't need to rob a museum or go on some Indiana Jones-style adventure. Just check your pocket change, piggy banks, or even that old jar of pennies collecting dust in your kitchen. Speaking of checking your change, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, and I got a handful of pennies as change. Normally, I wouldn't even glance at them, but for some reason, I decided to take a look. One caught my eye. It looked different, shinier, cleaner, almost like it had a glow. My heart started racing. Could this be a rare penny? I rushed home, grabbed a magnifying glass, and checked it against all my coin books. Turns out, it was just a regular penny. But hey, that was the day I got hooked on coin collecting. And now, here I am, making sure you don't miss out on your $1 million moment. So, my friends, the moral of the story is, never underestimate the power of pocket change. That little penny in your hand could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Make it a habit to check your coins, do your research, and who knows, you might just strike gold, or in this case, copper. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or if you just love the idea of turning pennies into paychecks, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more coin tips and hidden treasure stories coming your way. And hey, if you do find one of these $1 million pennies, don't forget who gave you the heads up. Drop a comment and let me know what treasures you found. Alright folks, imagine this, you're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some spare change to buy, I don't know, maybe a candy bar or a soda. You pull out a penny and it looks just like any other penny. But what if I told you that little copper coin in your hand could be worth a mind-blowing $8 million? Yeah, you heard that right. A single 2008 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, $8 million. So, grab your old piggy banks, empty those junk drawers, and let's talk about why this coin is turning heads and making millionaires. Now, let's break this down. First things first, what's so special about the 2008 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? Well, this bad boy is an absolute unicorn in the coin collecting world. No-mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but here's where things get crazy. There's a super rare error in some of these coins that makes them insanely valuable. Some experts say it could be a unique striking mistake or a mysterious one-off minting anomaly. Either way, collectors are losing their minds over it. But let's talk about how you can spot this copper ticket. If you've got a 2008 Lincoln penny, flip that thing over and examine it closely. Look for signs of unusual doubling, misalignment, or any other oddities. Even if it's not the $8 million coin, certain variations can still be worth a pretty penny. Pun fully intended. Now, let me tell you a little story. A guy I know, let's call him Dave, was just like you and me. He had no idea about coin collecting, but one day, he found a shiny 2008 penny in his car cup holder. He was about to use it for parking, but something told him to check it out first. He took it to a coin dealer, and guess what? It wasn't the $1 million one, but it was still worth a few $100. Can you imagine? A penny turned into grocery money. Moral of the story: check your change, people. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. Now, the current market value for the one verified 2008 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny with this crazy error is sitting at $8 million. That's like hitting the lottery without even buying a ticket. But even if you don't find the big one, plenty of 2008 pennies with unique errors can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Alright, so what did we learn today? That a regular-looking penny could be worth life-changing money, that it's always smart to check your coins before you spend them, and that Dave narrowly escaped wasting a valuable penny on a parking meter. And now it's your turn. Go check your pockets, your car, your couch cushions, wherever you might have some loose change lying around. And hey, if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more money-making coin tips, stories, and strategies coming your way. Who knows? Your next pocket find could be the one that makes you a millionaire. Alright, picture this. You're at the store, you get some change back, and you don't even look at it. You just shove it in your pocket, right? Well, what if I told you that one of those pennies, yes, a regular-looking, everyday 2019 Lincoln penny, could be worth $9 million? Yeah, you heard that right, $9 million. That's not pocket change anymore. That's quit your job, buy an island, and name it Penny Paradise kind of money. So today, I'm going to tell you why this penny is worth a fortune, how you can spot one, and what to do if you find one. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to be checking your couch cushions like a detective. First things first, why is this little copper coin worth more than a Lamborghini, a mansion, and probably my entire existence combined? Well, the 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a bit of a mystery. Most pennies from that year were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But this one, no mint mark, that's like finding a dollar bill with no serial number. It just doesn't happen. Some experts believe it's a rare mint error, others think it's a special experimental strike, and then there's my theory, maybe it's just a really lucky penny. Either way, collectors are losing their minds over it, and the bidding war for one of these bad boys hit $9 million at auction. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, but how do I know if I have one? First, grab every 2019 penny you can find. Go full pirate mode. Dig through old jars, car cup holders, grandma's coin stash. Leave no penny behind. Check under Lincoln's portrait. If you see a tiny D or S, it's from Denver or San Francisco. That's cool, but not what we're looking for. If there's NO mint mark, congratulations. You might have something special. Not every 2019 no mint mark penny is worth millions. Most are just regular pennies. But if your coin has any weird features, like doubling on the date, a thicker rim, or a glossy finish, get it checked out. Because if you've got the penny, well, you just won the coin collector's lottery. Quick story, one time I found an old penny in my car, thought it was special, got all excited, turned out it was just dirty. I spent a whole afternoon researching, only to realize I'd been hyping up a piece of pocket lint. So, lesson learned, always double-check with a professional before planning your retirement. So, what did we learn today? Check your pennies. Don't ignore your spare change because one tiny coin could change your life. And if you love discovering rare coins, valuable money finds, and ways to turn pocket change into real cash, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more coin tips, and who knows, the next one might just make you rich. Now go check your pennies. And if you find that $9 million jackpot, don't forget who told you first.